Hello, my friends. How are you today? It is wonderful to. It kind of feels kind of stupid to say see you because I can't really see you. But if you're watching me, then it's great that you're here. And today I want to talk about something that came in the mail, and it's probably close to being one of my top, I'll say 100 horror movies of all time because I've watched it so many times. And it is a Scream Factory release of 13 Ghosts. And I was super excited that this got the Scream Factory treatment. Because Scream Factory, if you don't know what Scream Factory is, it is a company that they take care of their movies. I mean, the Scream Factory / Shout Factory, the stuff that they produce is collector's gold. Okay, that's what I gotta say. If you are a media collector, Blu-ray, DVD collector, Scream Factory and Shout Factory is the stuff's amazing. I mean, they give you, number one, they clean it up. You'll get a 2K or a 4K or whatever restoration from how old, whatever it is, and it is just beautiful. And then on top of that, they give you tons and tons of bonus features. Sometimes it's a Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Sometimes it's just 2 Blu-rays, but sometimes it's just 1 Blu-ray. But it's jam packed with as much stuff that they could possibly. I mean, they usually give you new interviews. The thing that I kind of miss that they don't do anymore, and maybe there used to be a thing called Horror's Hallowed Grounds, and it was what they would do is they would go to different locations and show you the filming location, and they would do like a side by side, like this is where they filmed whatever, this is where they filmed 13 Ghosts, and this was the house, and this was the spot right here where they did it. And if you look at it, line up that bridge with that bridge over there, you'll see that this is the exact spot where this guy stood. Cool stuff like that. That's stuff I just absorb that stuff. I love. I'm not a history guy unless it's movie history, and I think that the locations are just as important as the movies themselves. I mean, it's just really cool to see. Or maybe that might be my thing one day. Maybe when I reach a certain age and I decide that I want to travel or do something like that, which might never come, but if I do, I'll be that guy that goes around and look for filming locations for like horror movies or whatever, or regular movies. I just think that's so cool. So anyway, the first like run of Scream Factory movies had that in it. I mean, they jam packed this stuff with everything. If you don't know what 13 Ghosts is all about, let me see if I can break it on down for you. Okay, it's about this guy who loses his wife in a fire, and he's left with his daughter and his son, and I think it's the maid. They don't really specify if she's the maid or she might be the kid's caregiver, or it's like a friend of the family. She's beyond like service, you know what I mean? It's like I'm a little off on her, but she's she's like this. I want to say that she's a friend of the family, like maybe a friend of the wife that kind of took this role as like the live-in type caregiver, babysitter, mother role type situation, And so anyway, so what happens is the father inherits this house. And it's a house in the middle of nowhere, and he comes to the house, and the house is made out of glass. It's the coolest thing. The house is like all, I mean, you can see out, you can see in. It's got this. It's just wild. It's a wild idea, And the guy that formerly owned the house, he was a ghost hunter. He hunted and collected ghosts. And inside this house, I'm not going to give too much away. I'm going to try to skip over things that but you'll get this right at the beginning. Inside this house, there are spells to keep the ghosts contained in these certain areas of the house. But what happens is people go in the house. This guy inherits the house. They start fiddling around with things. The house actually moves. It's set on all these gears and pulleys and things, and the house moves in different locations, and like doors open and shut. So what happens is the spells open, releasing ghosts into the house, and you can only see the ghost with these special glasses, which I think is really cool that they did this, because I found out after the fact that back in the day, this is actually a remake or a rehash or a reboot or whatever you want to call it of an old horror movie that originally was in black and white, and the movie was in black and white, and I guess I don't own it. I've been trying to get myself a copy of it, and I keep looking around because I think it's only available on DVD. I know it's available on Blu-ray, but I don't know if it's available on Blu-ray in this kind of thing that I'm going to explain. So I saw this back in the day at Newberry Comics, and it says it comes with glasses, but they're not 3D glasses. Okay, they're these glasses that I guess when you're watching the movie, they're clear, and when you watch the movie, at certain scenes, the way the lighting is or whatever in the scene or whatever, you can see ghosts in the back of the scene. So what they did is they changed the movie around, this movie, and they incorporated the whole, you have to wear the glasses to see the ghosts in the movie when you went to go see the movie back in the day, or when you get the DVD or whatever. And they kind of made the whole new concept of the movie around these glasses, which I think is really, really cool. And so anyway, you can only see these ghosts when you're wearing the glasses. So it's pretty much people trapped in a house trying to get out of the house. And you kind of got to get deeper into the house in order to get out of the house. You know, so it's one of those type things where you got... You can't break the glass. I mean, right away, people, oh, yeah, you know, it's a house made out of glass. Why don't you just take a chair and throw it through? No, this is special glass. It does not break. You know what I mean? And it's heavy, thick glass and stuff like that. And you got a whole family going in. They give you a girl, they give you a kid, and they give you the maid slash caregiver, and they give you the father, and then they throw some other people in the house with you that you don't even understand why they're there, but then it makes sense later on. This is a good horror movie. I think I say a little bit like, this is really good. But I've watched this with my kids. There is this is not a kids movie. Okay, when I say my kids are like 18 years old. You know what I mean, and up, 16, 18. You know, so when I say kids, I mean that age. Okay, and there is one of the ghosts. Each ghost has died from some kind of horrific thing. It's almost like a 7 deadly sins type situation, you know. So they all have these different things going on, and it's kind of creepy. So, and there is nudity, and there is language. So it is not a kids movie. There you go. Don't watch it with your 5-year-old. Don't watch it with your 3-year-old. Okay, 16, 15. You know, your judgment call. But I had to show you this because I was super excited that Scream Factory chose this title. I mean, it was great. I mean, and they also did, which I'm going to be doing eventually, Drag Me to Hell, which is another one of my personal favorites and my kids' personal favorites. But I'm going to show you what Scream Factory does, because they do this. They do a great job. So you get the slipcover, which is just as sought after as the Blu-rays. Scream Factory, if you go on eBay, there are flippers on eBay that will literally take the cover off of their Blu-ray, and they will flip the cover for $20. This right here, this piece of cardboard, to somebody is worth $20. It's worth, to me, you know, what came with, because it's part of the package. You know what I mean? And nothing bothers me more than when people take the things apart and they piece them out, or they're like, okay, well, I'm going to sell the DVD to one guy. I mean, this... If this was a DVD Blu-ray combo pack with the slipcover, this could be some flipper's dream. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, $20 for this? I can get $10 for the DVD and probably $30 for the Blu-ray. You know, and people are buying it. That's the problem, is that there's fans and collectors that they want these titles and they'll buy it. But I don't do the separate thing. If mine came with the slipcover, good. You know, but if it doesn't come with the slipcover, oh well, you know, I don't need it. It's not necessary. And will I sell this? Will I flip my cover, my cardboard cover, for $20 and make back almost half of what I paid for this? No, I'm not gonna do that. No, that's ridiculous. You know what I mean? It's like, sell the person. If you're gonna sell something on eBay, look, this is how it came. Okay, it came in this little pack. Let me see. Came inside the slipcover like so. You know what I mean? Came like this. You paid $40 for it, okay? It's now worth $50, okay? That's what the... Okay, you sell it for, let's say, $60, and you make a $10 profit. You know what I mean? Not, I take it apart, I paid $40, I'm going to make back, I'm going to make 30 on this, I'm going to make another 10 on the DVD that's inside here, and I'm going to make 20 on this now. I'm going to make profit, yes! That's what this world's all about, ripping people off and flipping everything over and making the collector struggle and work real hard to dish out the money to buy something that originally was probably $30, $20. I think I paid $27 for this thing, but now it's up. It's a little bit up there in price. But Scream Factory stuff usually goes really, really high up because once they make so many of them, they go out of print. They don't make them anymore, which is another thing. I mean, I don't know why things go out of print. I mean, it's like you got the stuff to print them. You print them for the fan. Print many of them. You know what I love? Limited edition. Everything's a Disney. I think Disney created that. Remember that vault that Disney had? Disney has the vault, and every 20 years they stick things back in the vault.
On January 31st, Mickey will be leaving.
So long.
Sleeping Beauty will go back to sleep. And Mowgli will go back to the junk because on January 31st, Disney will stop selling the Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty, and Fun and Fancy Free. So before they go back into the Disney vault for years to come, hurry.
Hurry!
Don't miss your chance to own these magical Disney videos before they disappear.
And then 20 years again. So you better get your copy of Peter Pan now because for 20 years you ain't ever gonna see Peter Pan again. Like, wow, what is that teaching kids? It's like a slap on the wrist. Like you should have bought Peter Pan back in the day. You didn't buy it. Uh-oh. Well, you ain't gonna see it for 20 years because you done goofed. That's what I get out of that. I think that's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, especially Disney. I mean, Disney's for kids. It's supposed to be for kids. You know, kids want to see Dumbo. Kids want to see Peter Pan. Kids want to see Snow White. They don't want to watch it once and then if they don't dish out the $25, then they're gonna take it and you're gonna stick it in some kind of vault and like dangle like cheese in front of a rat's nose. You know what I mean? Come on, 10 more years and you might get a copy of Peter Pan. Oh, 5 more years. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, and I don't understand the concept whatsoever. Limited edition things don't make any sense to me because it's just going to be another edition. I guarantee you that if Peter Pan comes out, I'm using Peter Pan. I got Peter Pan stuck in my head, but I think it's because my daughter left the peanut butter on the counter. But let's say peanut butter. Say Peter Pan comes out on whatever in 2021. Okay. There's going to be another copy. They're going to make a special... Disney's good for this. There's a diamond edition. There's a super deluxe edition. There's a limited edition. There's the black ice edition. I mean, they got 101 editions of the one title. So they're going to stick it in this vault, and they're going to open a vault again, and then they're going to sell it again. And they're going to... It's terrible. It makes it real difficult for the person that grew up loving these movies. You know, it makes it tough for a collector of physical media to collect. I mean, they want to deter you from streaming, okay? You don't the streaming quality, you know, if you don't have a good Wi-Fi signal, everything starts getting broken up and pixelated and everything. So you want to buy I want the physical copy. I want to hold something. When I buy something, I want to, you know what things that drive me crazy? Gas, electric, things I can't see that I'm paying for. I'm paying for gas, can't see it. I'm paying for electric. Can't see it. You know what I mean? I can see. I can see the TV. I know without electric, you wouldn't have your TV. I understand all that stuff. But I'm just saying that in general, I want to hold what I'm paying for. You know, I'm sure I'm gonna have a couple of comments there. Why don't you go outside and like grab an electric wire or something like that and hang on to that for a while? You know, I get you. Okay, but what I'm saying is that when I buy something, I want it. You know what I mean? Like people that stream things and they're spending, you know, whatever amount of money to stream it, it's gonna disappear. You know what I mean? It's like let's say your system goes down, or so there's a problem that happens. Eventually, something's probably. And I know you're saying that these things are probably gonna become obsolete eventually. And maybe I'm rambling on about something that has absolutely nothing to do with the movie, and I just realized it. But the bottom line is that as a collector, we love these movies, and we want to collect the movies. We want to put them in our libraries. We're proud to have libraries. You know what I mean? And if you are a flipper, have a little have a heart, man. Have a heart for the collector, because we love the movies as much as you love the movies, and I think you could probably still remember what it felt like to be on that hunt. So if you want to go buy some boots or something, or a backpack, and you want to flip that for a ton of money, go right ahead. But as far as the media, the CDs and the DVDs and the Blu-rays and stuff like that, have some compassion on the collector, man, because we're just trying to enjoy the art. You know, to me this is art. You know what I mean? It's like if we were standing in a museum, an art museum, and all of a sudden you came by and you ripped the painting off the wall and just walked away with it. I'd be like, don't rip my painting down. Don't take it away from me. Give me a chance to enjoy it. Give me a chance to pass it on to generations. Give people a chance to share with their families. If you take that away from us, we got nothing. You know what I mean? So have a little compassion. So anyway, I apologize for my rant on this problem that I've been having for a while. Anyway, so when you get a Scream Factory Blu-ray, you get the disc. And this is not a DVD Blu-ray combo pack, which is fine. I have no problem with that. I like to have the DVDs only because there's some rooms in my house that do not have a Blu-ray player as of yet. They have DVD players. And I like to have that option. And most of the car players also, and the carry players, you don't see many Blu-ray carry players or car Blu-ray players. You know what I mean? It's like mostly DVD. I mean, maybe it's just me. I'm sure you can buy them, but they're more pricey. So I like to have that option to be able to carry it around with me or play it in every single room in the house. Yeah, that kind of thing. So you get the Blu-ray in here, and then you get, what's really cool is they give you the original cover art. So there's the original cover art. If you choose to do so, you can turn it inside out, and you can use the original cover art instead of the new licensed cover art. But my thing is I prefer to use the licensed cover art because I already have the DVD with the old cover art. And I think that whoever it is, it's different artists that do these pictures, you know, for the covers of the Scream Factory and Shout Factory Blu-rays. And I gotta tell you, if you buy from Scream Factory, most of the time they'll offer you a poster. Little pricey. I mean, the thing is, I love the artwork, but I can't afford it. I just can't afford to be able to buy every single title that they release. But I'll tell you right now, the artist that does these rehashes of the cover art, the original cover art, they're beautiful, absolutely beautiful. If I could afford to buy every single one, and sometimes you get an action figure with it too. I mean, I've only done that with a couple of them. I did that with They Live. And I did that with Bill and Ted because it was a limited edition, only available at Scream Factory figure. And I had to get it to complete the set of the ones I already had that were not a limited edition. Another story for another time. Anyway, if you have not seen 13 Ghosts and you are a horror fan, this is, here it comes. This is a must for you to see. Dirt cheap on DVD right now. Matter of fact, the DVD came out so long ago, it was in the original snap cases. I think the one I have is in a snap case. And then they re-released it again. And then they re-released it again. And they have, I think it's 3 different formats of not format, 3 different DVDs with 3 different cover arts. And then they released the Blu-ray on the Scream Factory. Now, if you are a collector, this is definitely the one you want. You want the Scream Factory with all of this bonus stuff. I mean, I love it. You get all new interviews with almost everybody from the cast. And that's another thing is that sometimes you get these Blu-rays and you get, interview with like the producer or the director. And I'm like, no, I know that they're the ones that do the work and I know that the actors get the credit, you know, that's one of those things, but I'm interested in how the actor, you know, felt going through these different scenes and stuff. So it's kind of a strange thing. Not trying to take anything away from the writers, directors, or producers or whatever, but I like to hear from the actors. I like to hear if they're still alive, what they went through, you know, especially if it's something that it seems like it was a lot of trouble for them to do. I want to hear the stories about how troublesome it was for them, you know what I mean, or how much fun it was, or how amazing it was, or who they met and what they did. That's the kind of stuff I want to hear if I'm gonna watch an interview. And I love when it's new interviews, so I can see how people aged. Maybe I got some kind of issue or something, but I like to see. I'm like, wow, you know, that's how he looked when I watched the movie. Now this is how he looks now. Oh my goodness, he's gotten old. You know what I mean? Oh wow, they still look good. You know, they held up. That's great. That's just me. But anyway, also on this thing you get audio commentaries, which commentaries is another thing. I don't watch commentaries. I never do. There's people that that's what they watch. They watch the commentaries and they love to hear the commentaries over the movie. I don't know. Maybe it's something. Maybe there's something there. But because it's been around forever. It's been on the DVDs. Maybe I'm missing out on something there. But I always bypass that one feature. The commentaries is always like the sound, the voice commentaries. I like when they have the commentaries when they have the actors in the corner. It's like a picture in a picture, and they're talking over the movie, and it explains to you what they're going through while it's going on, or they'll have the director and the actor and whatever, and they'll talk about how they interacted. those I've watched, but when it's just the audio commentary, I kind of I bypass that. So maybe I should check that out. I don't want to be hypocritical and say that that's not a good thing. It might be a good thing. And then you get the makeup effects stuff, and you get the 13 Ghost Reveal, Ghost Files, and theatrical trailer. You get a lot of stuff. And Scream Factory, I'll tell you right now, I'm happy they came along because they have polished up some of my most beautiful memories of my life. And movies are memories, and they took good care of my memories, and that I truly appreciate what they do. And with that said, that was my 13 Ghost review, and I will see you